It's like robot floss.
Yeah, it's old man dad floss. I know it's not real floss.
I'm keeping this in, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh, we are recording.
Yeah.
I love old man dad floss.
Buckeye Talk breaking down Ohio State's 41-20 victory over Tulsa. Nathan Baird, Stephen Means, Doug Lesmerises, who's dancing the night away here at Ohio Stadium, and TreVeyon Henderson was dancing his way all the way to a freshman record, 277 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns for Ohio State, leaving Archie Griffin in the dust, a record that had stood since 1972. Doug, were you alive in 72?
I was minus a year.
Yeah, I was 6 years away from existing. Stephen is 14 years old, so he was nowhere close to that. But phenomenal performance from the freshman, and it was only, 20, how many carries was it? It wasn't that many.
It was 22 carries.
Yeah, 22 carries. So it wasn't like they were just workhorsing him today. But he was the primary. He was the lead back. He was the guy, and he took advantage of it. Hit some huge holes, but really what was exciting about what he did today was everything I think we expected to see TreVeyon Henderson do in the second level was happening. Stephen, you've been following him through the recruiting process the last couple of years. Did this sort of manifest what you expected to see from him, and did you expect it to see as early as this year?
If you go watch his junior year highlight tape for Hope Hill High School in Virginia, this is exactly what he was doing. It's basically that on replay. So, yes, I was expecting this. It's been kind of coming, right? Every time he's touched the ball, he's done something electric, going back to the first time he touched it against Minnesota, the 10-yard run. Then he follows that up with a quality run. Then he gets the 75-yard screen pass for a touchdown. That was only 3 carries. So it was only a matter of time before he got the ball more and more and more and continued to do stuff with it. And quite frankly, I mean, we're looking for a team savior. I don't want to put that much pressure on a true freshman, but so far he's looked like the best version of that because, as we've talked about in the past, a wide receiver can't be that. They rely on somebody else to get them the ball. You can just give this kid the ball and let him see one little small hole, break through that, and then as we saw today, as he gets to the second level, he makes things happen. Ryan Day called him his home run hitter today, and when we were talking before we recorded these videos, right? Doug, you said it. He hit 3 home runs today and probably could have hit more home runs if you would have gave him the ball even more. So right now, for a team who's clearly looking for a savior, a true freshman who's been here for 9 months is clearly that.
Yeah, and Ryan Day had said earlier this week he wanted more balance in the offense, and that wasn't in terms of yardage necessarily. That was what got, I think, he was getting some questions about it this week, and it was really just in terms of the balance of plays. They threw the ball so much, like really got askew, off kilter, I think he called it, in how they plotted the offense against Oregon last week. But, Doug, what TreVeyon Henderson makes people look stupid. Like 15, 20 yards downfield, the guy has his feet planted and is ready to make the tackle, and TreVeyon Henderson makes him look stupid. And that's an element that's been missing from Ohio State's rushing offense, with the exception of whatever got into Trey Sermon late last season. But it's been something that this team has, I think, needed to establish for the long term.
Speaking of making people look stupid, when the game started, I said Ohio State's first defensive adjustment is to start their best tailback. And I think I had 2 people on Twitter who were like, what makes you say that he's their best tailback? Ryan Williams has proven it. And I said, just give him a couple carries. Just wait and see what he's going to do. And they were like, well, I'll wait and see. We'll see. And then after TreVeyon Henderson broke off like 3 touchdowns, I may have responded to that person on Twitter with a GIF that said, how's that? It is weird.
We're nothing if not petty here on Buckeye Talk.
You like that? Ryan Williams, this is how he went in the tailback pecking order in 3 games. He was first, then he was first, then today he was third. He didn't play, and he's healthy. Master Teague was second, then he was third. He didn't play last week. Now today he was second. TreVeyon Henderson was third in game 1. He was second game 2. He's first in this game, and he's going to be first for the rest of his career at Ohio State because that's how you like it. That's what we said all offseason. And if you, I'm not attacking you, but this is why he's here. This is not an attack on Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams and Master Teague are good Big Ten backs. You can win a national title with that guy. So when we tell you stuff, we're not always right, but we're not trying to be mean. It's just real talk. This is what we knew he would do if they gave him the ball. So get ready for 3 years of this.
Ryan Williams and Master Teague are good football players. 100%. They're good football players, and they can help Ohio State win games, but they're not what TreVeyon Henderson is at the top of his game, and he's still approaching he's nowhere near the top of his game. He's just getting started, and he does the things he did today. I know it was against Tulsa, but the other guys aren't really doing that against Tulsa or anybody else, so let's give credit where credit is due. And I think the difference between Ryan Williams and Master Teague is very small. It's much smaller than some fans think it is. Both good backs, but TreVeyon Henderson's something different.
I just want to add one more thing. Ryan Day consistently said they needed to get C.J. Stroud some help, or whoever that quarterback is going to be. It's a freaking good way to get your quarterback some help. Whoever, when you have a young quarterback, that was the key with 2019 Justin Fields. As awesome as he was not the savior on that team on offense. It was J.K. Dobbins. And when J.K. Dobbins got hurt against Clemson, the offense fell apart because before that, he's running for 75-yard touchdowns. So here we are again. New starting quarterback and an awesome running back. Guess who Ohio State should be relying on to get them into the playoff?
The one thing I will say out of this 3-game start that has a lot of fans perturbed for obvious reasons, man, you see pieces of this, like important pieces of this, potentially there, right? I'm not wrong. I mean, TreVeyon Henderson is an important piece. You know you have the receivers, and you're seeing some individuals, very young individuals on defense start to step up. I just don't know if it all comes together in the way that ends up with the season Ohio State wants to have.
I would refer people to our podcast about the 2023 team being the best team in college football history. Bang! I'm not drunk.
Yeah, 614-350-3315. Get the texts, $3.99 a month after a 2-week free trial. And this is a good 2-week free trial because I think we're going to learn a lot about this team through the next 2 weeks as they play through Akron and get ready for Big Ten play again.